WeArEuS, and this is probably stuff that actually I was supposed to pick up, but I left the area or the game or something, and I never actually got it. I can't imagine. I'm pretty sure that this is stuff that belonged to the... I'm sure that the big bad had a name, and for the life of me, I cannot remember it. I remember everything else about everywhere else, but him, I could not even begin to puzzle out his name. Regardless, I'm pretty sure this is his armor. Hopefully at least one of them has something of interest for me. We got his sword too, but I don't remember looking at it. Maybe I did, and there's just nothing on it that matters, so I don't really care. Let's find out. Dog's missing again. Well, let's fix that first. Problem solved. Now, go back to Kliff's inventory and here. Axe. So anyway, this is locked, so I obviously saw it already. That's a two-handed sword. Well, I'm even less interested now. How could you do this to me? Regardless, right, the armor set. That's in storage. I'd have to go back to camp for that. I mean, I have to go there anyway, right? So, may as well. Honestly, today's episode is probably going to be like 5 minutes because we've got the in-game wrap-up stuff to deal with. And there's not a single thing I can think of that is underway that I can do. So, once all of that business is done, so am I, and so is the game. Well, so is the playthrough, more accurately. But for now, I can never find this thing on the map when I really need to. So let's see. I'm just here for the armor set, nothing else. Although we are in an and, so we can do the wrap-up stuff. I would have liked to have done the wrap-up stuff last episode, but... Oh, that reminds me. I'll put it off. I would have done the wrap-up stuff last episode, but I really did not have the time for it. I wasted so much of my freaking time doing... We have so much food now. How did that happen? Whatever. Where was I? Right, so I don't understand why this isn't locked. That annoys me. Right, last episode. I was slow about getting around to actually recording, and I really didn't have the time to just mess around. So, last episode had to be... It had to end where it did. Ordinarily, if it had been on a day where I wasn't so severely behind schedule that I was partly starting to panic, we could have taken care of it And I could have been using this time to figure out what we're going to be doing a playthrough on next. Instead, I've done none of that. And so we find ourselves here. Now, this has fire resistance level 5. Don't I already have something that does that I actually care about? That's level 3. Oh, level 7. Well, attack and crit rate. And I hate these. I hate the way they look. That's awful. And to be specific, the boots themselves seem fine. They look fine based on the little PNG there, but the toes. The toes, man. The toes. I hate all shoes that do that little curl thing. That curl upward, and then the worse the curl gets. For example, curling repeatedly into a little swirl. I hate that. The worse the curl gets, the more I hate it. This is that, but in the opposite direction. All of my hate. Regardless. I almost got distracted. Where are we going specifically? Sure, whatever. Of course it can. I hate that that works like that. Get off of that. Hopefully I didn't... That reminds me again. Based on the fact that the cooldowns have finally ended, I guess you can understand what that means. For those that aren't watching, or for some odd reason don't get it, that means that I used both of the cloud carts, both the second tier, whose name I can't be bothered to remember, and the Sky Streaker, whose name I only remember because it's ironic. I tried both of the cloud carts. They led to immediate and severe depression. I regret everything. And I will never use them again. Unless I need to get...
Good day.
Nope, I've still got better ways to actually get verticality that work way faster and don't have 2-hour-long cooldowns.
Rations are running late.
Why
My
am I
stomach
here?
started chewing on itself.
Why am I here? Why would you do this? So apparently I do have to use the front door. And now... That's annoying. I don't like going through the front door.
How are you today?
Above?
How are you today?
No, that's... It definitely is. Speak with whomst? See, this is... See a book on the mini-map. See, this annoys me about the game. They require you to go through these little areas. And it's super freaking annoying.
Good day.
Where's my super suit?
Kliff, you're...
I'm all right.
Looks nice, doesn't he?
I heard you vanished from Fort Musket. It's good to see you in one piece.
Same to you.
I believe I made you a promise. Now that all's said and done, I'd love to honor it, but...
But peace doesn't maintain itself.
Aye. Well said. I'm afraid you are correct. Peace is the result of vigilance. So we must keep our steel sharp and our minds sharper. An unyielding shield must live up to the name. And with that, I must take my leave. Training calls. Would you care to join?
I have my own tasks to see to.
Understood. Please enjoy your time in Calfade.
He says to someone who's about to immediately fly off to an entirely different location. Okay. So I see where it... God dang it. Hold on. What the freaking... Ah, Hernand. While I'm here, may as well. Ah, that was Calfade. Right. I tend to forget that. It's only 48 meters. I don't need to do anything extreme.
Is that you, Greymane?
How are things?
Same as ever, though not entirely, I suppose.
All's quiet, sir?
Good work. Go on. Spend the evening with your families.
Aye, Marshal.
As Baron are you now? Oh, right.
Now, there's no need for that. Go on.
Thank you,
Yes, Lord.
Don't overwork yourself, my lord.
I still have that terrible spear equipped, and it makes me sad to look at.
You better not make that mistake again.
It was here we first crossed paths, Greymane. Since that day, a great deal has changed. Hope has returned to the citizens.
And now it seems you've been made a baron.
That I have. Duke Celeste insisted upon it. A responsibility I fear I wear like a poorly tailored cloak.
You'll do well.
Thank you. I'll trust your judgment.
And the others? Also in good health?
With Demonis's stranglehold slackening, Duke Celeste pours himself into rebuilding Hernan. Marquis Circus is the same as ever. Brighter, perhaps, now that his people know peace. This is what we fought for, is it not? Days such as these. Much has changed, yet the streets and stalls still bustle. It shows that some things endure.
Yes, I suppose they do.
Baron, if I may.
I'll be with you shortly. Now, there's a festival on, and by order of the Baron, go and enjoy it.
Aye, my lord.
I'm glad we could at least share a word.
As am I.
Pywel only has one L in it. That'll be useful for the video I have to upload today. It won't be this one, but, you know, figured I'd put that out there. The frick. I pressed all of the wrong buttons. Like, I have no idea how to play Kliff. As if I haven't been doing it for 200 hours. Oh, calm down. Or, better yet, don't have a cow.
Excuse me, I didn't see you there.
What's this, by the way? Red Riders. Okay. Sure, whatever. I mean, I'm never going to use it, but I need the mission first. Which means they're on the other side of this door.
It is so difficult to find good help.
We're not going to listen to his spiel. We know what he
time?
wants.
I
Let's
trust
just
I'd
move
like to
this
address you.
alone.
Soon, a most esteemed guest will be visiting the manor. The garden feels a touch too plain. I'm thinking just one more statue would make it just right. However, I can't find anyone to take on the task. So I thought, Greymane are all strong as oxen, aren't they? What say you? Will you give it a try? You'll be well paid for your trouble.
And let's just get this over with. Oh, that was way faster than I was expecting. Here we go. Dang it. $35. Not great.
View is good from the gallows.
How fare the preparations for the banquet?
The manor alone may not be enough. Your guest list is formidable.
Have you forgotten? We're preparing the outer grounds as well, as you instructed.
Of course, must have slipped my mind. Then there should be no issue.
You seem busy.
Who?
It's fine. An honored guest. Step aside.
Yes, milady.
Welcome, Greymane. Apologies for not recognizing you. I was wondering how you'd fared.
Demonis seems different.
What did I just see in the background
That
there?
it is. Thanks to you and your bold coalition, of course. The dark days of Caliburn and Bastia's iron rule are behind us.
Ah, Caliburn.
A new era deserves a proper beginning, does it not?
Hence the celebration.
Just so. A gathering to honor all who stood firm against injustice. Naturally, Marshall and any like-minded traitors aren't invited.
Surprised they're still breathing.
I expected you'd say as much. Be at ease. I've no intention of curbing my wrath. So much has changed since that day. Caliburn's loyalists lost their voice, and the streets are alive again. The very fact I can walk beyond my estate is proof enough.
So even at the end of the game, we can't escape this. They really needed to use this a lot less. Like, what is this accomplishing right here? Can you explain? Because I for sure have no idea.
In the king's absence, Demonis was all but stripped of its freedom, seized by those who clawed their way into power. Any word that so much as bruised Caliburn's pride was enough to see someone dragged away by his hound, Bastia. And made an example of, as my sister was.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. You avenged her. Now I plan to spend my life setting Demonis right again.
I just wanted that to be extremely awkward for all of us.
Who are they?
The hands of Caliburn's treachery.
And Byron and Marshall? They won't face such punishment.
Who has the right to sentence a noble house to death? Only His Majesty, still upon his sickbed. So they but buy their freedom and strut smugly home. But there is one thing they do not yet know. King
Houses are
Edward will
flammable.
rise from that bed soon enough. And when he does, His Majesty will see every last traitor purged.
Another bloodbath.
How do you do?
Just pondering the flammability of homes in this area.
I'm good with faces, let me tell you.
Don't make me follow you.
Huh?
Okay. Where are we being sent to next? Deep orange marker. There we go. Tangerine? Possibly. Do I really? I really don't have one. That's annoying. You know what? As annoying it. Multi-flash. That has to be the circlet. Hold on. It has to be that thing, right? Anyway. I could go through the hassle of what's with the epic music? It's just not Golden Star. Calm the frick down. Frick, he doesn't even he's not even a real mount. He doesn't have a faster way to move. Though, to be fair, given that he can fly. You sort of cut the other annoyances out of the way. I almost died.
Hear me. We purged the rot that gnawed Demonis from within. But we cannot rest easy. A threat still waits beyond our walls. Across that desert lie the tribes who hunger for our fall. If they spy the slightest weakness, they'll set upon us without hesitation. Now, stay sharp and make ready with haste. Watchtowers will be manned at all hours, patrols extended. We safeguard more than this stone. We've lives in our hands. Ah, Greymane, truly, is it you?
A great deal's happened.
So it seems. Your face alone tells of hardships I cannot fathom. We intend to remain here and defend Demonis. And you? What are your plans?
I intend to wander where my feet take me.
Our nation owes a great debt to you all. You most of all. When Demonis is steady, that debt will be repaid.
Your Grace, no movement in the desert yet.
Good. Keep preparing.
Gorthak Ironworks. At least I have a general idea. It's south. Well, I appreciate it being marked and there being a very close nexus. It's still probably going to use not Golden Star. Would it really have been that hard to just let us work towards getting Golden Star so we could get rid of Thumbhead? And now I'm remembering that puzzle over in... what's the name of it? Ah, Hills of No Return. I so want to do this. I really want to do this. But I don't have the time to do that now, which means we are probably not going to be able to do it ever. Hide your women, for I have come.
What was Marnie even thinking?
Things seem to have settled down.
That you, Greymane?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Seems you've aged a few years.
I might have.
You must have been through a fair bit of hell. We're knee-deep in this mess the wall. Marnie seemed to have come to his senses, apologized, and offered various kinds of support. Though the bastard sent one of his damned bugs, saying they'll help rebuild the city. Like I'd ever let those pests enter the city. They slaughtered my men. Told him to shove off took the supplies, and that was that. Lunatic. You see the A-tag over there?
Wish I could have had one.
What's it doing out here?
You've only seen her as a weapon of warfare. But I took to tinkering with her, and now she's refitted for field work. Fine little thing, too. Does 10 men's work without a word of complaint. Though, after all that's happened, everyone's a bit unsettled by machines. They've seen what happens when a tool slips out of human hands. But we still need them in our lives. We'll just have to look for the right balance.
I'm sure you'll manage.
I hope so. Ah, and congratulations. Heard you blew the Sky Fortress to pieces. Yeah, well, if I'm being honest, I didn't actually think you'd pull it off. Well, I should get back to supervising. Make sure to come by when the city's rebuilt.
So I'm going to whip out my memory on you guys right now. And I'm going to ask a question. Isn't the A-tag's just hugging the wall right now? He probably didn't want me to see that. Didn't he literally... No, it was said that literally no one could pilot the thing. Except for the Chosen One, of course. So... Also, it is a real shame you cannot rename your pets. God, that would be glorious. That sucks. I mean, imagine all of the debauchery we could get up to if my Iron Eagle 10 Dicks was here with me. Things would get out of hand really quickly. I don't think yeah. It actually contextually knows that I'm on a roof. That's fascinating. That actually super annoys me.
Intruder, game!
I'd have been able to get it if the game didn't lag. Well, if the service didn't lag.
Next time you won't get off so easy. Don't even think about coming back. Should we grab a drink later? With pleasure.
I'm going to resist my urge to annihilate this country. And I'm just going to put on the helmet. Just going to put on the helmet and think no thoughts.
Oh, hang on now. It doesn't look dangerous. Seems so. Don't cause trouble. Yeah.
Open it. You may pass.
I'd kill them all if I just weren't so incredibly uninterested. You're not. No. And where exactly am I supposed to be going to do this? You see, it says in this direction. Why? What? Why did they tell me to come here then? I don't understand. I'm baffled. You don't understand. I don't get baffled. Okay. I am fairly certain I know what's going on. Not you, you retard. This thing. I shouldn't have called the horse a retard. He's not the one that did it. It's this stupid goddamn wyvern. I mean, you would think that I would learn my lesson about using the front door. That's boring and it takes forever, so no.
Oh, you're as civilized as a rock, aren't you?
What? Oh, it's the lizard.
Greymane? Is that you?
It's been a while.
I forgot that was still on.
And you've changed. Quite a bit. I've heard much about you. About the Calphade War. The black bears you put down.
I'm sure you have a point.
About Delicia and the great battle in Demonis. When you travel as much as I do, news finds you. Most of it was harrowing to hear. I'll admit, I worried. But part of me was relieved to hear anything at all. At least it meant you were still alive and well.
You're traveling to make maps?
Yes. I'm making my way to every corner of Pywel. I think this wandering life suits me, though. I wake up every morning refreshed and full of excitement.
Sounds like a good way to live.
I owe it all to you, Greymane. Where are you headed now?
I'm not sure.
Then, how about the desert? Legend is, countless people fell there long ago, turning the sands crimson with their blood. Many walk the desert in memory of the fallen and wishing for peace. Folks say everyone in Pywel should walk the desert once in their life. Why not go there and trek across it yourself?
Because there's an invisible wall that forces me to reload in a different area.
Once we part, who knows when we'll meet again? I'll be wishing you well, wherever your road leads.
So is this still broken, or... Let me... save really quickly, because there's a good chance that that particular part of this, I don't know what the frick to call this, epilogue, yeah, that particular part of the epilogue has been broken by the fact that I didn't use the front door, because it's stupid that you have to. So let's see. The last one is 49. So it's probably this one. Okay, yeah, so it is still fine, which is good. Anyway, don't worry, we're only going to see, well, you're only going to see this one. And then I'm going to suffer through the other ones again. That way you don't have to, and we can get to whatever's last. Or whatever comes after getting all of the stuff done.
It doesn't look dangerous. Seems so. Don't cause... Open it. You may fast.
I almost fell off the bridge. Mother frickin'. So it didn't bug out. I could have sworn maybe it's something entirely different, and it's in the throne room. I don't know why it just stopped showing markers all of a sudden. Wait. Yeah, this is the way to the throne room.
Filled with gratitude to the Greymane.
Literally nothing.
Well met.
surely not, right? Memory. What? I've never noticed that before because I don't use this particular menu a whole lot. I can't imagine what that's supposed to be for. Moving on, though. I found this in Hernand. It is insane. I don't understand. That vision is literally the first thing to play when you put on the Vision, when you get it all the way at the start of the game. I don't understand why would they have you. I'm obviously missing something here, because everything I've got makes that not make sense. So rather than have to sit through all of those other scenes again, I'm just going to load this one.
If you're sick,
I don't understand why. I don't understand. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. You get the Vision at the beginning of the game. The moment you put it on, you see the vision of Marnie, and he does all of his yapping. But then, at this point, well, towards near the end of the game, you reach Marnie's, well, I want to say manor, but I think it was a museum. And somewhere in there is the very self-same memory fragment that triggered when you put on the helmet for the very first time. I even went to the trouble of finding the goddamn thing in several episodes ago now. Like I said, I went through the trouble of finding it. It wasn't that difficult. I just was overlooking where the doorway to it is. Can only be seen while the Vision is active. And because at that particular stretch, I tend to turn it off. Well, tended to turn it off. I would never see the door. So I would just keep passing right by it until I figured that out. And then once I got into the room with the memory fragment, I then discovered it's the very same one that activates at the beginning of the game. So, I ask you, why is this memory fragment referenced 3 times? The first time is forgivable because it's basically explaining the Vision helmet in the first place. But then you go to the museum and the memory fragment's there as well. And then you finish the game and the game goes, hey, remember that memory fragment? Yeah, go there. Given how easy it is to break sequence order for certain things in this game, how easy it can be, I'm assuming that I broke sequence somewhere, somehow, and that this is not the way that was supposed to go. So, is that it for the nonsense? I mean, I didn't see an X on the mini-map. Yeah. Well, that's done. As you do. Well, that I was expecting something to happen. I'm sure I broke something, but that's not my fault. So that is going to do it for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this very, very long playthrough with its very, very many episodes going very, very far beyond the usual 1 hour length. It was never my intention, even a single time, to go beyond an hour, as I usually make the videos. That's just the way it happened. I mean, okay, any time that was the intent, I would plainly state it, so you would know to, grab a snack and get stuck in. But for the most part, I would just start playing the game, recording, and I would just get carried away. Plain and simple. Because the game is absolutely incredible. Make no mistake, it is not without its flaws. Sequence breaking, chief among them. But for all of those flaws, I mean, the game is just freaking fun. I could imagine the layered inputs being a problem for many people, and honestly, yeah, I can see that. I understand. There's no shortage of times I was caused a small amount of grief, at least, by overlapping inputs not doing what I wanted when I wanted. But that's the nature of the thing. If you've played Black Desert Online, you'll be familiar with the nature of the complexity of their combat. So, coming from that, I was, the way the combat in this was handled is, frankly, it becomes second nature after a while. How long? I genuinely couldn't tell you. I looking back, it feels like I took to it like a duck to water, but who knows? I mean, if you saw those, you could judge for yourself, honestly. But I'm pretty sure I handled it just fine. All in all, aside from the one issue that I mentioned with the final boss fight last episode, overall, the entire final boss fight, I enjoyed. But because it was a story boss fight, I quite literally chewed through the guy's HP at breakneck speeds, keeping the fight from overstaying its welcome. And of course, the only actual time it didn't drag on. It's more like the final phase didn't drag on. It just wasn't exactly clear how you were supposed to get things done. And even with how long it took me to figure it out, we were still in no actual danger of dying, only to then get reset because it didn't make things very clear. I mean, at no point in the game, well, as far as I'm aware. Also, I realize I'm still missing a skill you have to see to learn, which is a strange one. Moving on. But nowhere else in the game, at any point, for any reason, that, as far as I'm aware, have you ever had to use Force Palm to either advance a boss phase or end the boss fight. So, of course, that was never going to come up as an option for me. Of course, I was going to whip out the bow and then try and shoot the thing in the eye. Frankly, I wonder how many people, honestly, it'd probably be easier to count the number of people who did do it right the first time than those who whipped out the bow and then got reset like I did. I'd love to see the numbers on that, honestly. But aside from that, all three phases were fine. I do wish Not Golden Star had more mobility, because with every other mount you can quite literally make them go faster. There's no real reason they couldn't have given you that for Not Golden Star. And then there's the issue of Not Golden Star. I knew from the very start we would be getting a flying mount. Never in my wildest dreams, and don't worry, I'm not going to derail onto my absolute hatred of what they've done with Not Golden Star. But never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine that once I finally got it, I wouldn't want to use it. Despite it in fact being the best form of locomotion in the game. It's just not worth the hassle. There's not much to look at out there either, now that I'm looking again. But that's fine. Honestly, the eerie green glow with the deer skull mask, I like that. I like that a lot. I wish the puppy was over here so then we'd have the entire team visible, but it's fine. Anyway, back to Not Golden Star. I don't like what they did there. I understand it. But it's still stupid. Like, it is just the worst. Unless Black Star somehow, with his 1,000 defense, gets shot down, there's no reason whatsoever for him to have a cooldown as long as it is. 10 minutes tops, an hour if you're using the in-game timer, which you can see off to the left passes by nearly 1 minute a second. It's actually a little slower than that, but it's fine. You get the idea. If the cooldown used the in-game timer, that would be fine. But no. And see, I'm doing it again. I feel the soapbox beneath my feet and the rage in my heart. Hate. But no, I'm not going to harp on this for very long. They shouldn't have done it. That is one of the worst decisions they've made in this game. Oh my god, and then the walking, the forced, you have to walk at someone else's pace and then sit through who knows how much. You know what? It's probably more of a matter that in Korean, they would actually still be speaking during the points in time where, with the English dialogue, they've actually gone silent. And when I think about it like that, it makes sense. Should it still be a thing? No, it should. There should definitely have been some sort of a change or something you could do to make the thing speed up, so you wouldn't be sitting there waiting 2 minutes in absolute silence. So, all of that is to say, the game definitely has its problems. But by God, when you are neck deep in what Crimson Desert has to offer, until you get hit square in the mouth with one of those problems, it's like sex on Sunday. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen. I don't know what we're going to be playing next. I guess I'm going to be spending the rest of my night trying to figure out what the next game will be. Hopefully something good. I've got plenty of stuff I could just immediately jump into, but my memory says there's stuff coming that I need to keep an eye out for. So I've got to go and sift through Steam and figure out what it is I'm remembering, but not remembering. And so, with all that said, no matter how, no matter why, no matter where, no matter when, we will see you next time.